Hello, good evening, and welcome to Eye on Port. This program is proudly brought to you by Serene Insurance, Gull PLC, the Ghana Revenue Authority, Ghana Link, Meridian Port Services, and Phoenix Insurance. Our proud media partner is the Business and Financial Times. This program is powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. This evening, we are streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Still on Facebook, we are streaming live at Port of Tema. On YouTube, we are streaming live at Eye on Port. We'll be getting interactive in the course of today's program, and you can send your WhatsApp messages to the number 053-803-7353. The number again, 053-803-7353. We'll also be activating the phone lines where you could call in and contribute towards the discussion. In the meantime, we are taking some messages from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and Goyle has innovated to stay ahead with expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. Goyle. Good energy.
Electricity. Then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes. Our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Tell God, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Business and life can be like the sea sometimes. Sometimes serene, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, and at times it brings the unexpected. However it is like, trust Phoenix Insurance for your home, car, business, and marine insurance needs. Call 0302-246-319 or 0243 690-492.
At Phoenix, you experience a delightful service delivered with wisdom.
All right, welcome back from the break. It's now time for us to take a look at some local stories in the port and maritime industry.
Key stakeholders within Ghana's international business community have thrown their weight behind the Ghana Shippers Authority following the announcement of the amendment of the 50-year-old Shippers Act. Parliament passed the Ghana Shippers Authority Bill 2024 into law on Monday, July 29, following its successful third reading on the floor of the House. Among other things, the law will regulate commercial activities of shippers and will primarily address the issue of unfair and excessive charges that burden traders who use Ghana's sea and airports as well as land borders to ply their international trade. The Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, Kofi Ahenkra-Mafo, explains the new law will enhance the Ghana Shippers Authority's biting power in the performance of its mandate.
Our new act that we passed about 3 or 4 days ago, and it all seeks to amend certain portions of the already existing act that takes care of our shipping industry. The act was passed since 1974, about 50 years ago, and it's important that there are certain aspects of the law that needs to be amended. And as we speak, we've had an engagement with these entities who are stakeholders in this shipping industry.
Following a fruitful closed-door engagement with the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the Association of Ghana Industries, among others, the various representatives gave plaudits to the government and the Shippers Authority and expressed hope that this will herald a new era where the authority becomes empowered to better protect their interests.
We believe it's a welcoming document, a welcoming act to strengthen the business community in 2 ways. To the shipper, it gives us the capacity to engage with our agents in a very equitable manner.
If this act seeks to empower Ghana Shippers Authority to do just that for us, to make sure that some controls are brought to bear so that they can approve of some of these charges or disapprove, so that we can have the respite to do our business and also grow. That's why this very act is very important for us, and we will support. But we have also identified some gray areas in the act that they have also promised that they will update the LI to solve those problems.
Executive Chairman of Ghana Link Network Services Limited, Dr. Danso Ajayi, has been awarded 2 prestigious titles at the 3rd edition of the Ghana CEO Awards. Dr. Danso Ajayi secured the Trade Facilitation CEO of the Year 2024 award and claimed the Entrepreneur of the Year 2024 title for the 3rd consecutive year. These accolades come on the heels of the successful implementation of the Integrated Customs Management Systems, ICOMS, a project spearheaded by Ghana Link under Dr. Ajayi's leadership. ICOMS have emerged as a crucial revenue-generating tool for the Ghanaian government, significantly enhancing the country's trade facilitation processes. The recognition of Dr. Danso Ajayi at the Ghana CEO Awards underscores the growing importance of trade facilitation and entrepreneurship in driving economic growth. It also highlights the increasing role of technology in enhancing government's revenue streams. The awards are seen as a vote of confidence in Ghana's business environment and its potential for innovation-led growth. The Ghana CEO Award celebrates leaders who positively impact various economic sectors, advancing national progress, fostering social transformation, and promoting environmental sustainability. The Ghana Revenue Authority has encouraged high school students to embrace their tax culture as they grow into responsible members of the Ghanaian society. Chief Revenue Officer Albert Frank Ahen, who attended a graduation ceremony at the Tema West Municipal Assembly JHS on behalf of the authority, urged schools to integrate tax education in their curricula.
There is every reason for schools to integrate tax education into the classroom. Integrating tax education in the curriculum should strive to change the attitudes and behavior of learners towards taxation. Educating children about taxation can demystify the tax system and create renewed interest among the youth as they enter the taxable income brackets. Ensuring the continuity of taxpayer education up to the tertiary level also provides important opportunities to educate young adults on tax matters as part of the transition to the workforce.
This comes at a time where the GRA has doubled up on efforts to ensure tax education begins at elementary levels of society to leave a lasting impression on the entire citizenry. The authority seeks to eliminate the stigma placed on taxation while helping the citizenry appreciate taxation as one of the strategic pillars for economic growth and the development of society. The authority presented 20 pieces of ceiling fans, a set of marching drums, and 30 pieces of dual wooden decks as a token support for government efforts to improve the learning experience of students.
All right, so away from that, it's time for us to take our word or phrase of the day. And today's phrase of the day is import license.
Import license. Import license refers to a document required to import certain goods and services.
All right, so this is the time that we engage our guest for tonight's discussion. And our guest for tonight's discussion is Justice Yajayim Injonan, Justice Injonan Maga Yajayim, I should say. He is a Chief Revenue Officer and also a supervisor at the Customs Technical Services Bureau. He is in charge of the vehicle inspection, yes, vehicle valuation and all that. So, Sir Justice, good evening, and then thank you for joining us.
Good evening. Thank you.
It's always a pleasure.
Your listeners.
Very well. Okay, it's always a pleasure having you in the studios.
Thank you. Pleasure
Yes.
to be here.
Yes, sir. So tonight we are discussing GRA's amnesty for users of uncustomed vehicles. We want to find out from our guest tonight what uncustomed vehicle is, and also why, should the Ghana Revenue Authority give amnesty to persons using uncustomed vehicles? So, Sir Justice, good evening once again, and then let me push my very first question to you. When we say uncustomed vehicles, what exactly is it?
Okay, uncustomed is a word defined in our law. Uncustomed. If you go to section 151,
okay,
it now uncustomed is there.
Okay.
And defines uncustomed as any goods.
Okay.
That are liable for tax.
Okay.
For which the full tax
Okay.
liability has not been fulfilled.
Okay. Okay.
Or any liable to duty.
Okay.
Or not, which have been imported or exported contrary to customs law.
Okay.
Yes. So our enabling enactment, which is the Act 891, defines clearly what.
Okay. Okay. So in the last week, the Customs Division of GRA released a statement giving 2-month amnesty to users of uncustomed vehicles. What is the rationale for this particular decision?
Okay. So all over the world, and a new trend in tax collection.
Okay.
It's expected
Please get closer to your mic for us.
Yes.
Okay.
We reduce the cost of
Okay.
collecting the tax.
Okay.
So all over, we preach voluntary compliance.
Okay.
Voluntary tax compliance.
Okay.
So we know that vehicles have been smuggled into the country through unapproved routes.
Okay.
Others came in through approved routes. For instance, we have our neighbors, other ECOWAS countries, that we have our neighbors. They want to visit Ghana for other reasons, either official or private, and they want to come in with their vehicles.
Okay.
So for this, ECOWAS designed an insurance package that covers the movement of such people and their vehicles into Ghana and out, and it applies to all other countries, the 15 countries.
Okay.
Unfortunately, most of them don't do what is expected of them. They are usually given 90 days, and they come, they overstay. For some, the intention is not to take the vehicle back, so they stay in. But for those who genuinely want to stay here and do business, they know that they will have to go for an extension from customs.
Okay.
When the 90
days elapses.
Okay. Yes. So for others, their intention is to stay here with the vehicle.
Okay.
So they will not go for the extension, but they will try to do other things to make fictitious documents. Others will tamper with the chassis numbers, and then make documents of vehicles they have cleared through the right procedure to cover those ones they brought in.
Okay.
Until they are caught, they will continue to use them. So Customs and the GRA, the Commissioner General and our Commissioner, Brigadier General a year ago, they decided that for every year what we do, we have to do it at this. For every year we give a tax amnesty. Last month, which was July, and this month are tax months.
Okay.
That's for tax education.
Very well.
So they added that aspect so that for those who have vehicles that they know they have not paid duties on, whether in their homes or wherever they've parked them, please, we are encouraging you to come forward, and then you will be pardoned, because if the vehicle is arrested, it comes with a penalty of 300%.
Okay. Of the 300% of the duty?
So, for instance, the duty is 10 cedis.
Yeah.
For instance, to simplify it.
Yeah.
So we are going to multiply the 10 cedis by 3.
Okay.
And then we'll add it to the original duty.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So, assuming that you are driving for a meeting and you are caught on the way by the preventive unit, and then they pick the vehicle from you, what they do is that they issue a detention receipt. So they give you 30 days. If you don't appear, it will convert it to seizure.
Very well.
If you come at any time and you want to claim the vehicle, you will pay the duty plus the 300%.
Okay.
So for this period where we have the amnesty is simply a pardon. So we know that you have committed an offense, but you are being pardoned. So you can just come forward. Come to Customs headquarters or any regional customs office or any customs office with a letter covering the vehicle, and then they'll process it. It will go through ICOMS, and then you have the vehicle to go to DVLA, and then you register it.
Okay.
There are other aspects of Uncustomed which, for those who buy unserviceable vehicles from government institutions, you know, usually government will import vehicles for ministries, departments, agencies, the police, the Ghana Armed Forces.
Very well.
And then when they use them, after some time they break down, so they become unserviceable.
Yeah.
So what they usually do is that they will write to the chief of staff, and when they are given the permission, they auction them to the staff.
Very well.
And other interested parties. So the fellow who bought the vehicle is given a letter to come to customs because he is not entitled to exemption.
Very well.
So once he has bought it from whichever institution, it's supposed to be a transfer from the institutions to the person.
Okay.
But most of them don't do it. I don't know. Usually some don't know until they are caught. But Ghana Armed Forces and Police Service, they do very well.
Because I know.
So usually what they do is that when they auction them, they will give customs the list, the entire list, and whoever they have sold the vehicle to, and then they will come forward and do the processing, and then we'll just give them the amount to pay. And those ones are based on the CIF. The original CIF entered You know, in customs, when we say entered, when the BOE, the vehicle was imported, the BOE that it came with entered, and then it was processed through exemption. The CIF found on that BOE, we take it and then we depreciate it depending on the number of years it has spent in Ghana.
Okay.
And then when we depreciate the CIF, before we calculate the taxes on it. So if it spends like let's say they use the vehicle for 2 years, it will be 10% of the CIF. So we depreciate the CIF value by 10%. If it spent more than 2 years, up to 5 years, it is depreciated by 20%.
Okay.
So in that order. Okay. So it is usually depreciated. So it's not done like the original entry when they enter, and then we do no. Okay. It's a different procedure out there because the vehicles have been used here. Okay. So we are looking at the damages caused, the wear and tear internally.
Very well.
Yes. So if you are talking about uncustomed and then amnesty, uncustomed, you are looking at those who smuggled them.
Okay.
Intentionally smuggled the vehicles in, or those who came through, let's say, approved custom procedure, temporary importation, they decided that they are not going back. So they will either temper with the chassis number, or they will make fictitious document. And sometimes they even make fictitious insurance, and then DVLA documents, and then they will attach it. If you see it, you think that you have bought a new good car, but that is not so. So buyers of vehicles, they should be aware.
Okay. We'll come into that. But then the I wanted to, you've stated one benefit, which is that if you come out to customs now with your uncustomed vehicle, you'll be able to save yourself from paying the 300 penalty. Yes. I want to find out from you, what are the other benefits?
Okay, aside the penalty, you know, if you are driving on custom vehicle, you yourself, you are not comfortable, or you are thinking that at any time customs will harass you. We don't harass. We are doing our job. So when the operational unit of the preventive, when they meet you anywhere, they'll pick the vehicle. Once they detect and they see that this vehicle is uncustomed, they will pick it. They won't allow you to, and it will cause you inconvenience. Okay. So you can avoid that at the personal level, and you get genuine transfer. Genuine, if it's a vehicle bought from government institution, you get a genuine transfer document. If it is not and it's a smuggled vehicle, you can get it processed through our system, the ICOMS, and then you know that everything is genuine, so you are free, have free mind when you're moving around. Okay. But at our level, GRA level, we are looking at tax compliance. So if you voluntarily comply, it means we are reducing the tax cost. The cost of collecting the tax administration, we are reducing the cost, So we are looking at that aspect. So that's why we are promoting it. Come forward, voluntarily tell us you have this vehicle you have not paid tax on, and then we'll do the assessment for you to pay. So we are able to satisfy our customers whom we are there for. Because we are there because they're customers.
Very
so
well.
then we should serve their interests.
Yes. All right. So you just stated that customs, the Ghana forces, are able to send the list of vehicles and also put a letter on them for you to Ghana Police Service too. So what are you also trying to engage other entities or other government institutions in order for them to also toe this line?
Yes, we are by this means informing them, and we'll take steps to inform other government ministries, departments, agencies to also try and follow suit. They shouldn't just auction their vehicles out to whoever wishes to buy, but they should follow up and let them know that this is the first step. The next step is to get to customs and get it regularized.
Okay.
Yes. So they should usually communicate to customs, but not to leave it to the individual to do it.
Okay.
Yes.
And instances where individuals also get it, they should try and then.
Yeah, they should come forward, and we are always ready to.
Okay.
To do the assessment for them too.
Okay, but what I know, there are people who express the fear that when they bring their uncustomed vehicles, you are going to confiscate the vehicle and all that. Is that true?
No, we don't do that. Usually, customs, when you come with a letter that you have this vehicle to pay the duty. And this letter, you can either address to the commissioner or you address it to, if it's the headquarters you are coming to, you just address it to the Assistant Commissioner Preventive. And then he will detail officers to examine the vehicle. It is done in all the collections too. Go to Koforidia, Wa, Bolga, Aplao, you go to Ho, all those collections, they do that, the same procedure. So they will detail an officer to go and examine the vehicle and get the particulars of the vehicle. So when that is done, the owner will be issued with a letter, an official letter, to find an agent. So when he's given the official letter, he's supposed to get a clearing agent. And based on the details on the letter, the clearing agent is able to input, because it doesn't have a bill of lading. So we need a document that will initiate the process. So that is why we do the examination. Because, for instance, if we ask you to give us the particulars, what you may give us may not be right.
Very well.
So in order not to go back and forth, go to customs, officers will examine it, they will give you a letter with all those necessary particulars that we need to process it. So with the aid of an agent, he will input it at the front end. And then when it gets into ICOMS, valuation, classification will do it, valuation, to get to approval, then finally you are asked to pay. And the payment is so friendly. You can pay at any bank. You can pay Momo, you can pay with cash, you can pay with check. So it's so friendly. So people should come forward. And we are not going to take the vehicle from you when you come forward. We are so friendly. This tap collection is customer-centric, so friendly. It's not the usual buga way of doing this. But if you allow for the amnesty period to expire, which is from 1st August up to 30th of September, from 1st of October, the preventive unit will start again.
Yes.
So this is a window for you from 1st of August up to 30th of September, 2-month period. That's the amnesty period. You are allowed to come to customs anywhere, any customs office, and then the assessment will be done for you to go and pay or fulfill your tax obligation, and then you will go to DVL and then have the vehicle registered in your name.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about the 1st October.
Yeah.
So the nationwide unannounced inspection I want to embark on. Are there any specific areas, or it's across the country?
It's countrywide. So, you know, these things are intelligence-led. So you don't usually put the cat before the mouse before the cat. That's the way they say.
Okay.
You don't usually put the mouse before the cat.
Okay.
So usually it's intelligence-led. We are going to map up areas where we can swoop, and then that will be done. So they only wake up to find officers around, stopping them, and then picking some of those vehicles from them.
Okay. All right. Still on the 1st October exercise. So the officers stop the vehicles, and then what happens? So a vehicle is passing, they stop it, and what happens?
So usually we have what we suspect. Usually when you see a vehicle is uncustomed, as a trained person, you know. So it's based on first suspicion, and then when the person is stopped, there's a diagnostic machine which is used.
Okay.
So the officers will plug in, and if it is correct, it's going to give us the original chassis number of the car and every other detail of the car. You understand? If the diagnostic machine proves otherwise, then they pick the vehicle.
Okay.
Yes. So those who have experience, they know.
Yes.
So that's what is done.
Okay, so then you forfeit the car, you go and, or what? Is that it?
Yes, you don't forfeit the car. If customs, maybe your car is picked on the road, you are going somewhere, it's picked. The first thing is when they pick it, they will give you a detention receipt.
Okay.
So the detention receipt will capture your name, whoever is having the vehicle at the time.
At the time, okay.
Yes. So your name, your address, your telephone number, and then it will state the customs office, where they are coming from, where the officers are coming from. So it will state it, and then whoever is their leader will sign and write his name under it. and they'll give you the original copy.
Okay.
So anytime you want to come and claim the vehicle, you are supposed to produce the original copy of the detention receipt.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And the detention is for a 30-day period.
Okay.
If it is 30 days and you don't appear, it is converted into seizure. And that is another 30 days. And beyond that, it's confiscated to the state. And that is where auction will come in.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So they should note it. So it's 30 days detention, 30 days seizure, and then it will be confiscated to the state.
Okay.
So we then process it for auction. If it becomes so many, you know, the space, you have to leave for others to come in. So, yes.
So I know this is not the first time that you are embarking on this amnesty for uncustomed vehicles. The previous ones, I mean, what kind of reception do you receive? Do you have people responding?
Yes, people responded, and we are revenue. So it's another way of mopping up revenue to get revenue to achieve our ultimate target. It's been helping every year, and that is why we do that. Because this was done, and then it was put in the Revenue Administrations Act. So the section 65(2) gives the Commissioner General that power to declare amnesty. So it's based on that this has been done. So for it to be found in the Act, you should know that it's a good tool to use for GRA. So it's very helpful. So as this has been done and the public gets to know, they will come forward with their vehicles, and then we'll do the right things for them to go. The revenue will also shoot up.
Okay. My challenge is how you can use this also to clamp down on uncustomed vehicles, because if people, the first one that you did, I mean, if people came up voluntarily to declare that I'm using a car that is uncustomed, I mean, we're able to pick up certain information from them so that you could use to maybe avert the entry of such vehicles into the country. Perhaps, so those that came, if you had about 40, 50 people, so how come you are driving these cars? Where did you bring them from? How come you didn't pay duty? There's nothing like that?
Yes, the knowledge is there. You know, the information is available. As to how they come in and go out, it's information that customs, because we've been preaching about smuggling not today. So we know that the eastern frontier, so then they come from Togo. Also, then they come from Togo, cross into Ghana through unapproved routes. So it is known. So is it that the task force, most of the time, they will operate more on that route because they know there are a lot of them who will come through that corridor. So the information is there. Sometimes it's the numbers too. So recently, the commissioner said he is going to, together with JICA, they are going to deploy some technology along to be able to track the entry of all smuggled goods, including vehicles, along that corridor. So this is information that is within the domain of customs that the commissioner has been working on.
Okay. Well, is it possible that a vehicle can come through our ports without being customed?
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
Okay, so then we are setting out
because
these.
If and take note, in Kassan, when you say border, you say port or you say what?
No, the ports. I mean the seaport.
Okay, the port. If you are passing through the port, you know there are stringent measures there. First, the person buys a vehicle, let's say US. He's supposed to get a shipper. The shipper processes it through the shipping line, and then he's issued with a bill of lading. At the end of the day, all the bill of ladings covering all the cargo in that particular vessel for that single voyage are put on a single document we call the manifest.
Very well.
So this manifest is supposed to be uploaded into our system. Do you understand? Yes. So with the bill of lading, when you are clearing with your bill of lading, the bill of lading is matched to the manifest in the system. So if there's any discrepancy, the BOE, the bill of entry, or simply what they call declaration, customs declaration, is queried, and the person is supposed to do the amendment. If it requires amendment, it's supposed to do it, or whatever modification is required.
Okay.
He's supposed to effect that before he can clear the vehicle. And to let you know that in customs, in ICOMS,
okay,
all vehicles because of the risk profiling that we have in the system, all vehicles are supposed to go for physical examination.
Okay.
All vehicles,
okay,
whether it is for the presidency or wherever it is going, they are subjected to physical examination. So officers are physically going to inspect the vehicle, to check the VIN, that's the chassis number, make sure that if you say it's a Toyota, it's a Toyota. If you say it's a Hilux, it's a Hilux. If you tell us the age that's supposed to be that. The engine capacity, the fuel type. So there's a rigorous process it goes through the port before it exits the port. So there's no way that a vehicle can pass through the port that person has not fulfilled the obligation, whether it's for exempt. It's not everyone you pay the tax. If it's for certain, like the presidency, you don't pay the tax, or for police or Ghana forces, they clear it tax exempt, so they don't pay. But if you are supposed to pay duty, we expect that in the system, you should find the amount of duty you have paid.
Okay.
And then when you check in the transaction log, you see that the bank payment, everything is reflected there. Yes. So it's not possible that somebody can clear through the port without going through customs procedure or clear on custom vehicle through the port. No, it's not possible.
Okay, but in this country, we have some people who buy cars and maybe they buy the front cut. You understand? And then fix it to the back of their old cars and all that. So, then I know the front cut might contain the chassis number, I guess. The chassis, right?
So if officers find front cut, the chassis and the front cut in the container, the first thing is to seize it.
But it could be why? Why?
Because of the reason what you have given me. Because if there's chassis number on it, you don't allow it.
Okay.
You understand?
So the front car shouldn't have the chassis number.
So the front cut should be cut in such a way that it doesn't have the essential part of a vehicle. If not, we seize it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But
why would you seize it instead of maybe the person paying?
No, we seize it, you come back and claim. So if you come back, you go with what you don't want to go with.
No, Sir Justice, I don't get it. So we have.
You come with a front card.
Yes.
And then the front card has part of the chassis.
Chassis, yes.
The chassis stamp.
Yes, but that's not a complete car.
So what they are advised to do is to come without it. But once officers see it, they will seize it and to go to the state warehouse. So when you get to the state warehouse, that place, if they are going to allow you to take it away and pay the duty, you go without the chassis part.
Okay, so do you pay full duty?
It's not a vehicle.
Okay,
so it means that they are going to assess it based on the items on it.
Okay.
You understand?
So sort of a spare parts or something?
Yes. So it's supposed to come as spare parts.
Okay. So what sanctions are available for vehicle owners who some custom vehicles are impounded? What sanctions those who don't take if they don't take advantage of this particular amnesty? After 1st October, what sanctions are there for them?
We'll pick the vehicles on the street, maybe on your way to work. We just pick it. The preventive wing will pick it, and then if the person comes forward, he's supposed to pay the penalty of 300% plus the duty before he gets his vehicle back.
Okay. So seizure, that is the only punishment.
Yes.
Okay. And then you're also saying if they don't, after the seizure, if they don't come and then clear them, they could be auctioned.
Yes, to be confiscated to the state. Be auctioned.
Okay. But also, is it possible? You have people coming to say now duties are quite expensive. I didn't plan to, I didn't know this car was uncustomed, and because of that, are you able to? let me pay the duty in bits?
Yes.
Is there a system for that? Because I mean, the person didn't know that this car is driving, he or she is driving.
Yes,
it's uncustomed.
it is at the discretion of the Commissioner General and then the Commissioner to effect that. It is done.
Okay.
It is done based on mostly public servants. Usually, you know, Ghana, we have problem with the addressing system, how to locate somebody if he doesn't pay, and all those things. So the person applies to the commissioner or the commissioner general.
Okay.
It's discretion to look at whatever the person, information the person, whether there's assurance that the person will pay.
Okay.
And the most important thing is that the request for a bank guarantee. Because in the past, even public servants, this have been done rescheduling. We call it rescheduling. So duties have been rescheduled for public servants who failed to pay.
Okay.
They didn't pay. So usually, if they will do it, looking at your background, where you are, whether you're a public servant, whether you are somebody who is resident in Ghana, and then not run away without paying.
Yeah.
They will request for a bank guarantee.
Okay.
And then the bank guarantee will give an assurance that if you don't pay, the bank will be held responsible to pay.
Okay.
Based on that, it is possible in some cases.
So in that case, does it mean the car will be released to you?
Yes, the car will be released to the person. Once they allow it and you bring a bank guarantee, you're giving the vehicle to you. Because if you don't pay, the bank is there. GRA will hold the bank to pay. So.
Okay, so how can the public access more information about the amnesty period and the regularization process?
Amnesty will put it on GRA website.
Okay.
It's there, and I think some of the media houses have been broadcasting. Yes, so it's all over. And we have also made some rounds. We've done some tax education, telling people on the amnesty, trying to get them to pay. So the information is out there. So you go to GRA website and get information.
And also, what measures will be taken to prevent future illegal importation of vehicles?
Yes, Commissioner is taking steps to deploy officers along the borders. He's going around, trying to gather information.
Yes. I think last week was in the north.
He was in Bolga.
Yes.
He's gone to Aflawe area already. He's gone there.
Okay.
So he's gathering information, and when he settles, I think he'll do some deployment, and then we'll take it from him. But the technology will also work along. So he's going to combine the human effort and then technology, so that we'll look at the illegal routes, trace where those vehicles are usually taken to, and then we pounce on them, get them to pay the taxes.
But then one would say GRA needs the tax badly. I mean, do you take some of them to court?
No, we don't get to court.
Why?
So once we have the vehicle, that's what we are interested in. So once we have it and you come, you pay and pay penalty. If you don't come, we auction it and get our revenue out of it.
Okay, so how does this initiative align with GRA's overall goal of revenue mobilization? I know earlier you spoke about the fact that...
Yes, so we have a target set through our ministry, Madam Ministry of Finance, to collect at the end of the year. So in order to ensure that we are on track in terms of the figures, this is another route, just as I've said, this is another route to be able to mop up the revenue which is elsewhere and add to what we are already getting through the mainstream. So it's a way of encouraging people, taxpayers, those who fear that customs will take their vehicles. We are just encouraging them to come forward, and then they will pay the necessary taxes. And we expect that as it happens every year, it will also happen this year, so that we'll get our revenue. Yes.
Okay. Earlier, you stated that some of these uncustomed vehicles, owners of these uncustomed vehicles, forge roadworthy certificates and also the insurance and all that. So, How are you collaborating with
Okay,
with
so you see
institutions
that I think the small marketing I've done, they always tell you, let the buyer beware, isn't it? And those who have done contract law, yes. So they say caveat emptor in Latin. So if you are going to buy the vehicle, you don't be eager to part with money. Don't be eager to part with money. So what we encourage people to do, if you are buying a vehicle that is already registered in Ghana, that has Ghanaian registered number and documents, don't follow documents. We are doing paperless now. We don't deal with documents.
Okay.
So you can just come with only the chassis number. And people do. There are people who send to me on phone and I check for them.
Okay.
We can just go on the system, the icons, and check, cross-check whether duties have been paid. If the chassis number is tempered, what I encourage taxpayers to do is that they should also ask the owner, whoever is selling the vehicle, that they want to bring the vehicle to customs to check. Once the person agrees to bring it, you should be assured that there's nothing wrong with it. Unless, of course, he doesn't know. Maybe he also bought it from somebody who has done something that he doesn't know. Yeah. Once you tell him that, oh, I want us to go to customs for customs to confirm. And when you come to customs headquarters, we are going to use the diagnostics machine to check the chassis number and find out whether they have tempered with it. So there's collaboration going on. We've been telling people when they come there, I want to buy this vehicle, the papers. I said, no, I don't need the papers. Just give me the chassis number.
Okay.
So we explain to people to know. People come there, find out. Others call. There's a call center that people call. They want to find out about this vehicle, which they said they are paid duty on it. So we usually check for them, and then so there's already something being done about it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sure when people send in these requests and they are certain that duties have been paid, I mean, they go ahead and drive their car.
Yeah, they go ahead and buy. But don't only follow documents. Documents can deceive you.
That's a caution.
Yes, they can tamper with the chassis number. For instance, they can just change S to 8. You know, it's so easy to change S to 8.
Very well. Yeah.
It's so easy. Or T, they change it to E. They have a way of doing it.
Yeah.
So if you just follow, they will usually do that to conform with a vehicle which is custom. Vehicle which has gone through which has gone through customs, duties have been paid. So they will look at that one and then they will just change. Maybe there are fours. So it's the chassis number they will have to tamper with.
If that happens, I mean, then it also tells me that there are some insiders from your side who collaborate with these people.
It's not problem because you do this at the end of the day, customs will arrest. We've been picking a lot of them. Because if you see some of the auctions, you see that they write tempered, TP, into say they are tempered. Customs will not do this. Why will a customs officer do that? So we don't encourage it. We don't do that. But because we have been arresting them, we know that these are some of the things they do.
Yeah.
They will usually tamper with the chassis number to conform with another vehicle which has gone through customs. Duties have been paid. So when you don't use the diagnostic machine, or if you don't know how tempered chassis look like, you will not know. Because sometimes the age exposes them. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They will change it, and then you look at the age, so no, this is not the age. This car was from, let's say, 2012 to about 2017.
Yeah, okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But they have changed it to conform to it from 2018 to 2024. So you will know. It's an experience that once you do the work, you get to know that this car, no, this is not the age of this vehicle. There are even vehicles when they see the preventive ring, even me, when you see it on the street, you know that, no, this car with this registration, there's something wrong with it.
Yes, because there was a time I was asking one of your men, because about 3 cars came to pass, and then they stopped one particular one.
Yes.
That they suspect this one is uncustomed. And I said, how did you come by that? Because I mean, 3 cars just passed. So how come you stopped one of them? And he said, oh, this is a trick that I will disclose to you.
Yes. So once you do the work, it's work you do every day. Experience, you gain the skill, you have the knowledge, the expertise. So once you see, you know that no, listen, there's something wrong with it. So when they stop, they use the diagnostic machine. See that no, it's wrong. You understand?
Okay, so we're going for a break now. When we come back, we will activate the phone lines and also receive some phone calls. And there are some messages that have come. We'll also read them to the rest of the world. This is Iron Port. You are still watching Ghana's. We are discussing Ghana's amnesty for users of uncustomed vehicles. And my guest this evening is Justice Njonan Maga Yajayim. He is the Chief Revenue Officer and also Supervisor at the Vehicle Valuation Unit at the Customs CTSB, which is a Custom Technical Services Bureau in Accra. And we'll be back after this break. Stick and stay.
Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Gold Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and Goyle has innovated to stay ahead with expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. Goyle. Good energy.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. My money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Business and life can be like the sea sometimes. Sometimes serene, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, and at times it brings the unexpected. However it is like, trust Phoenix Insurance for your home, car, business, and marine insurance needs. Call 0302 246 319 or 0243 690 492.
At Phoenix, you experience a delightful service delivered with wisdom.
Hello, so welcome back. You're still watching Iron Port. Tonight we are discussing GRA's amnesty for users of uncustomed vehicle, and my guest in the studio is Justice Injonan Magan Yajiyim. He is the Chief Revenue Officer and Supervisor at the Vehicle Valuation Unit of the Customs Technical Services Bureau in Accra. Right? Yes, and then the phone lines have been activated now. The numbers you can call 0205 52 8353. The numbers again 0205 528353. You can call and also join the discussion. In the meantime, Sir Jimmy, I have this message here for you. It says, Iron Port, good evening. Good initiative by the Customs Authority. I wish they could extend the amnesty period into early next year. I doubt much publicity has been done. This is Bernard Alote La Paz.
Oh, it's been done on. I had it on Joy FM. And we've gone round too.
Okay.
Yes, we've done some, met certain groups, done tax education.
Okay. And
they were told that this is what interested groups. We've met, those who usually the importers and all this. We've met a lot of them.
Okay.
Done the tax education.
Okay, all right. So let's go to the phone line.
It's still ongoing because the whole of this month we'll be doing tax education.
All right, okay. So let's go on the phone lines and welcome Joe from Tema. Good evening, Joe, and thank you for calling. Hello, Joe. Hello. Hello. Do we still have Joe on the line? Okay, I understand it's off. So, Mr. Ajay, so earlier, I mean, Alote was saying we should extend it. Maybe once 3 months, maybe wouldn't have been bad, and because we are entering into Christmas, and people would want to, drive around freely.
Yes.
Yeah, during the Christmas festivities. So
in the past, extensions have been given, but for now there's no indication. So we'll have to wait and see its impact at the end of September 30th, and then top management will take a decision on whether to extend, depending on the patronage. So I think that one is in the bosom of top management to take a look at. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the phone lines and welcome Dominic from Teshi. Hello, Dominic. Good evening, and thank you for calling.
Good evening, sir.
All right, so go ahead with your submission.
I want to find who paid the upfront fee duty.
Who pays the what?
Upfront duty.
Who pays upfront duty?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Who's
so
supposed to pay the upfront?
Okay, Mr. Jamie will respond to that.
Okay.
Thank you.
So earlier on, I said now we are moving away from trying to force people to pay the tax to voluntary tax. So here we have
from Kaswa.
We have domestic tax.
Hello.
And everyone who does business in Ghana is supposed to register to pay tax at domestic tax.
Okay.
So upfront VAT.
Okay.
It's a compliance tool.
Okay.
So that when you import a vehicle or goods and there's upfront VAT, it means that you have not been complying with our tax laws.
Oh, okay.
So all what you have to do is to go to domestic tax. If you have been complying with our tax laws, produce your document, show them I have been paying my taxes.
Okay.
My domestic taxes.
Okay.
So I want you to exempt me from upfront VAT.
Okay.
For those who have not complied with the laws and they know they cannot comply, they are made to pay. They themselves go and pay. Nobody forces them.
Oh, okay. That's
so it is not a compulsion. It's a compliance tool.
Okay.
Once you know you have not been compliant, if you go to domestic tax and you register, it's taken off.
Okay.
And then you don't pay.
Okay.
Because most Ghanaians find it difficult to comply with the tax law.
That is why.
Yes, that is why. So it's a compliance tool just for you to comply with the domestic tax.
Okay.
Pay your taxes, and then when you come, you will never find any upfront VAT on customs declaration.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let's go to Kaswa and welcome Samuel. Good evening, Samuel, and thank you for calling.
Thank you too for calling. Thank you. Please, I want to ask a question concerning the accident cars that we put front cars and the back stuff them on it. I heard him say those cars, when they are found, they will be picked and sent to the office. And when you go, you come in for the car, the part with the chassis you have to remove before you take your car off. So I want to ask, is there any way or any means that they can help so that those problems will, let me say, will not pop up before those things will be done?
Okay.
Okay, Samuel, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you for calling.
What is it is that when, to give further explanation, if you bring your vehicle, your parts, let's say front car has lights, it has all those front things, air conditioning, those things, they are all there. So the simple question, if me, I'm a customs officer, and I'm classifying it, which HS code should I use? Because we don't have HS code for front cards.
Okay.
Because it's supposed to come as parts, not front cards.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
And the worst of it is that it has something that it should not come with.
That's the
frame
chassis.
part of it. You see, so most of them, they hide it. They don't declare. They hide it. It's the reason, because once you bring something that is unmanifested, the law is that we seize it. That one we don't detain, we seize it.
Okay.
So if you bring a vehicle and we find it in a container and you didn't declare it on the bill of lading, we seize it. It's a notice, straight. Okay. So you are supposed to go through Interpol to restore it. So if you have a front car, that's why they seize it. Because they don't declare, they know it's not right. So they themselves, they will not declare it.
Okay.
So the officers will do the examination and detect that this is what they have inside. You understand? Yes.
Okay.
So they should always bring them as parts. You understand?
Instead of...
Yes, that is all we are saying. Bring them as parts. So you have your lights separate, you have your grill separate, all those things separate, and you will have no issue because classification is not, we don't have any HS code for front cat. There's nothing like, because the customs, in the view of customs worldwide, there's nothing that you can bring in that form. So there's no provision for it.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. All right. So let's go to Nungwa and welcome Mike. Hello, Mike. Good evening and thank you for calling.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. Go ahead with your submission, Mike.
Please, first of all, I think I must commend you people for the great program. Thank you very much. And please, I wanted to find out from the officer. Can you, is it possible to create a system for us, like the insurance people? You see, insurance people, for instance, they just have a code you enter the vehicle number, then you even just the vehicle on the road, you can just take the car number, you enter, then you get every information, the registration, with the insurance company when it expires. I am thinking custom can inculcate this kind of thing, this kind of, technology, even when you are going to buy a vehicle. You just go straight to the point. You get a chassis number. You input into the system. Then there you go. Sometimes I think something like this will reduce the traffic. Imagine I'm somewhere in the north or some area in the country where I can't access customs. And should I travel a long way? You see, these are the reasons which prevent people. And then they end up buying on custom vehicle. So I think they can just consider this and maybe they just create a system for a unique code. You input the chassis and then it tells you everything about the car. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mike. Points well noted. Mr.
Okay. So in the previous system, we had that system where you had just use a code, and then you get a vehicle details.
Yeah.
This was also done. Unfortunately, it's not functioning well.
Okay.
So they are taking a second look at it. So once it's as mentioned, I'll avoid them.
Okay.
Then they'll look at it. But if you have a vehicle, let's say, and you are in Walwali, you don't need to come to Accra. You can check it from Bolga.
Okay.
You see,
Okay.
so icons is everywhere. Paga, Wa, you go to Wahamle, they are there. You go to Kulungungu, they are there. You go everywhere. You can find customs office. You will have icons connected.
Okay.
So he can just go to any customs station and they'll check for him. So he doesn't need to say that because he has to come to Accra.
He has to come to,
no.
Okay.
You don't need to come to Accra. Just around you will find a customs office and you realize that it's connected to icons.
Okay.
And because it's a single window, they can just go on and then check the information.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the line and welcome Benjamin. Hello, Benjamin. Good evening and thank you for calling.
Good evening, sir. Please, I'm calling from Tema.
Okay, Benjamin.
I want to ask officer, please, somebody bring car from overseas. Then the car has been confiscated. After confiscated, maybe it's supposed to pay 50,000 Ghana cedis, but the owner didn't have that money. After the officers has confiscated the car, they will sell the car, let me say, 2,000 or 3,000 for full soldiers or outside person. Meanwhile, if you give the car for the owner who brought the car, maybe 30,000 Ghana, the person will have money to pay, but they won't give the car to the person, maybe 30,000 Ghana, but they will confiscate it, then they will make auction, then give maybe somebody lowest price. And that thing, please, we don't understand. So I want officer to explain the reason why. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Benjamin.
Okay.
Thank you.
To answer his question, you see, most of the vehicles, they live in the port.
Yeah.
And they don't clear them. They leave them in the port. Customs will always give them a long rope.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So you bring your vehicle, and then it's 60 days. 60 days is 2 months already.
Yes.
And then it takes another 1 month. Then
That's 90 days.
90 days. It will go for gazette in 14 days. Come back another 14 days.
Within this time, the importer can still
You can
apply.
clear, even at the point where they are auctioning.
Yeah.
When there's a public auction and you know your vehicle is there and they are auctioning it, you can go and say that I want to pay the duty. And you should be allowed to pay the duty and clear it.
Okay.
But the fact that you are breaking the law, because you can't bring your vehicle and leave it in the port forever.
Yeah.
So that is the, and they should know that once you leave the vehicle at the mercy of the weather, it will deteriorate.
Yeah.
Some of the vehicles stay there for more than 1 year, they deteriorate, and some are right-hand drives.
Yeah.
You see, some are right-hand drives, some are overage. It's because of the overage penalty, that's why the duty is so high. So the owner, why did he leave the vehicle? The reason is that the vehicle is not worth the duty. That's why he left it. So if you leave it and it deteriorates, and then we are auctioning. There are reasons for auctioning.
Yeah.
One is to get revenue, to unlock the revenue. Two is to make sure that we decongest the port.
I think for space.
Yes, the space. We need it so much because as yours is there, others are also coming.
Yeah.
So where would we put them?
Yeah.
So there are reasons why auctions are done to be able to clear, not only about revenue. So they shouldn't only look at the revenue side. And there's no way a 3,000 or 2,000 vehicle has been auctioned to a full soldier. No, it's not possible. It's never possible. I've been seeing those things. We do the approvals. I see it. So I've never seen such a thing.
All right. Okay.
That a vehicle has been auctioned at 2,000 or 3,000. No. I've never seen it.
Okay.
So please, if you are, don't let us be emotional about some of these things. I know how you feel.
Yeah.
Because somebody thinks he has gone to suffer, he's made some small money, he has paid, be able to buy a car, he got to Ghana, and then it has been confiscated and given it to somebody for free. People even say sometimes for free. It's not true.
Okay.
The person pays revenue, and we are interested in the revenue as much as other factors, because once the vehicle is there's further deterioration.
Very well.
So at the end of the day, and I can tell you in 2009, we did some, some of them, we had to put 5,000 Ghana cedis on it.
Because of the states in which they were.
Everything was gone. Everything, because the vehicles were there for 3 years.
Wow.
So
Okay.
everything was gone.
Okay.
So do you tell such a person to come and pay 50,000?
No, obviously
no
not.
one will even pay such an amount.
Okay.
So you find it very difficult to dispose of those vehicles, clear the space, and then you allow other vehicles to also come in. Yes. So there are so many reasons why auction is done. They shouldn't just look at the other revenue aspect.
Okay. So Francis is on the line. Francis, good evening and thank you for calling.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, I wanted to find out, I bought a car from Togo, and I've done the duty and everything at Aflao border. But when they were keying in the chassis number, instead of four, they key in you. The fault is coming from the custom officials.
Okay.
So I went to Ho custom office, the regional office at Ho, and I reported the issue to them. When I reported the issue to them, because I'm an auditor and I used to audit them, they are now referring me to go back to Aflao for me to go and effect the changes. Can't they effect the changes at Ho? Why do I have to go back to Aflao to go and effect the changes, buying fuel and everything?
Okay. Francis, your point is well noted. Mr. Ajemi, he will address it.
You see, chassis number is very important to the vehicle. If you say
that's the heart of it.
That's the heart of it. So if you say that it was supposed to be you and the kid in 4, so the person to confirm is the office which worked on it.
Yeah.
So it's the reason they are asking him to go back to who. So you shouldn't be emotional about it.
Okay.
Because Aflao can confirm that we saw this vehicle, we examined it, and then we made a mistake. So once they put it in the system, it will be rectified. We all did it. Because look, even in my office, when you are doing any modification, after you have cleared it, you need to, if it's Tema you cleared, we request that you go back to Tema, and then Tema will give us a report in the system.
Okay.
So we allow it.
Okay.
If not, anyone can just come and say that, oh, I cleared my vehicle, and Customs made a mistake. Instead of 0, they made it 8. So I want it rectified.
Yeah.
And we can't be sure of what we are doing. So it's always proper. And they should know that if there's any damage in our law or there's any mistake in the work we have done, it is from the port where they worked on it. They should be given a report. That's the law. You understand?
Very
so
well.
if you want to claim any benefit, let's say you bring your goods, you bring your vehicle, and there's a damage. They will base it on the report from where the office which examined it, when it was brought out of the container. So he should just be less emotional, go back to Aflao, let them look at it, confirm that we worked on it, made a mistake, put it in the system, and I think this will be rectified.
Okay. Let's go back to the phone lines and welcome Abdul Yakubu. Hello, good evening, and thank you for calling.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, kindly speak up.
Okay, please, I want to find out. Most of the time, there are some vehicle you can change the ABS. So if you are
No, come again,
ABS,
Abdul.
hello?
Come again.
Yes,
You said
I'm
there are
saying,
vehicles.
He made mention of using diagnosing machine.
Yes.
To check the chassis number.
Very well.
And I'm saying there are some vehicle you can change a control board.
Yes.
Or the ECU. And then the memory of the chassis number of that old car will appear. So I don't know, in that situation, how are you correcting that one too?
Yes.
Okay.
I think
Thank you.
We've had instances like that from the Savannah region. Something happened.
Okay.
So investigation was conducted. They were able to prove that they paid the duty. So
Okay.
you are allowed to.
Of the vehicle.
So we don't just sack you when you come with such a complaint. When we find out, if you're able to prove that this was what happened, you change the control board, Customs will investigate. And when the investigations prove, because you are supposed to prove your case. You understand? You are the owner, so you should be able to prove that this was the control board. I changed and put in a new one.
Okay.
And we know that when you change the control board, it changes everything. When you put the diagnosis machine to give a different chassis number.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
Yes. So we are aware. We know about some of these things.
Okay.
Yes, but it's not everybody. Not that when you just come and say, "Oh, I changed my control," we shall accept it. No.
You need to
investigation. Yes, you have
conducted.
to prove.
Okay.
You put the full proof.
Okay.
And then if you're able to prove, we'll accept.
Okay. This one says, "Hi, sir. Thank you, my uncle, Mr. Justice, for the great education we got, enlightened with for a presentation on uncustomed vehicles. Okay, but ask my uncle, if you buy a car from Togo or a different country, can you change the registration to Ghana registration vehicle and use it in Ghana? Happy Sunday, uncle. Your son, Merwin Isaac Kwabena, Ghana Maritime Authority, formerly with Nigeria Online." Yes. So he's asking whether if you buy a car from Togo,
If you buy a car from Togo and you go through Aplao, the vehicle will be brought to Akano, and then it will be processed for you to pay the duty.
Okay.
So it is upon paying the duty you enter Ghana. When you enter Ghana, you are supposed to go to any of the DVLA
offices
of your choice, and then you have it registered. In that case, you can use the Ghana number.
Okay.
They can't just bring in a Togo car and then you change the number plate on your own to Ghana number. It's not possible.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's go back on the line and welcome Alex from Tema. Hello, Alex. Good evening and thank you for calling.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. Go ahead with your submission, Alex.
I please want to ask.
Yes, Alex, kindly speak up.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, I'm on the line.
Yes.
I please wanted to know. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, lower the sound on your TV set, please.
Yeah, I've done it already.
Okay.
Hello?
All right, so you can go ahead, Alex. Okay, I think Alex is...
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
are you back? All right, okay. Alex, yes, so it's better now. You can go ahead with your submission.
Okay. I please wanted to know if I also buy a car from someone which I cannot, I was not able to dictate that the chassis number has been tampered with, and later customs officer find it for me. So what do I have to tell the one who sold the car for me? That's my question.
Okay. Alex.
If you can repeat the question.
Okay, so hello, Alex.
So is it that you are saying that you bought a car from somebody and later you found out that the chassis number was tampered?
Yes.
So you're asking what you should do to the person.
Okay.
You're asking what you should do to the person who sold the car to you. I think that's why you should look.
Do we still have Alex?
This is a criminal offense. Somebody has sold a product to you.
Yeah.
And you found out that the product, there's something wrong with it. So either you have been duped, it's the police who know where to place this. Either you have been duped, you have been deceived, whatever. So you report the person to police to arrest him. And then you take it from there. This is not a customs issue.
Okay.
For customs, once you appeal the vehicle and the chassis is tampered, you are not looking at this aspect. Whether somebody sold it to you. Yes, those ones is your contractual issue. So you have to go and deal with the person, with the police.
Okay.
Because he has duped you. So if he has deceived you, the police will have to prefer the necessary charges against them and take him to court.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Then who will keep the vehicle and make sure that we get the revenue from it.
Very well.
Yes.
Very well. Okay. So let's continue with our discussion and then do uncustomed vehicles have any implication on national security?
Yeah. Okay. So one, the issue of revenue is very important to everyone, including national security. There's no government cannot pay people's salaries. Can you imagine the confusion it will cost in Ghana? So national security is very, very interested in what we do at GRA.
Okay.
2, people smuggle in.
Okay, so let's hold on with the second point, and then let's go on the line and pick my last caller, then I'll come to you.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Bismarck from Dansuman. Hello, Bismarck. Good evening, and thank you for calling.
Yeah, good evening, boss.
Yes, please go ahead with your submission, Bismarck.
Okay, yeah, I learned customs do have 3 ways of classifying items. Let's say when it comes with vehicle, if it is this particular year, it has 3 prices. Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, please. They have 3 ways of classifying classifying vehicles and then goods. So probably if, let's say, this vehicle, a Toyota Corolla, 2019 year, it can be classified as, let's say, the duty can be classified as 5,000 and then 10,000 and then 20,000. But then the custom officer is entitled to pick one of the duty. So why is it that they always do pick the highest value and not the lowest value? And then also, some also call for it to be corrected, and then they later at times do take money from them, and then they later give them a small value.
Okay.
Thank you, please.
All right. Thank you very much.
So let me answer his question.
Yes.
You see, what happens is that if you bring a vehicle, usually with the US vehicles, you bring it. For instance, the commonest is Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
Toyota Corolla, we used to have CE, the special features.
Yes, LE.
LE, and then S. So in the system, in ICOMS, the agent is supposed to find out from the importer which one he bought.
Okay.
So he's supposed to declare. If it's C, you declare. If it's LE, you declare it.
Yeah.
If it is S, some of them, when it is S, they know it's the highest, so they declare the C. When they get to the port, they'll say to get them to go and pay the difference.
Okay.
You understand? Because it's on the vehicle.
Yeah.
So you get what you declare. So if you declare C and it's S, how for CTSB, who give you the C as you have declared?
Yeah.
When you get that, and that is one of the reasons why vehicles go for physical inspection. Because the officers will check and find out whether what you are saying, what you declared is what is there.
Yeah.
So they'll check everything, including the special feature. And then when they find out that it is wrong, they will raise a customs offense report in the system. There's a feature for the window of the officer to raise an offense report because it's an offense which has been committed. So it has to be accounted for. So they do it in the ports and other places where they do physical examination.
Okay.
Yes. So it's not as if the officer has the choice. When you say S, he can choose C. No.
Okay.
It's what you have declared is what he has to take. If not, if you declare S and he gives you the C, they will find out. Because the officers in the port, they also see the values when you get there. So they cross-check and see whether your C is what has been given or the S is what has been given. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then,
so this one says, why should an unserviceable vehicle be given to an agent before the duty is paid?
Yes. So unserviceable vehicle, it was brought in by a government institution, tax exempt. And now they are no more using it. They benefited from the tax exemption and they are entitled to it. Not the one they are sold the vehicle to. You understand? They are transferred the vehicle to.
Yeah.
So, in order to have it in the name of the transferee, the person will have to come back to customs and say that this institution got this exemption. I'm the one who has bought it from them. I'm not entitled to exemption. So, I want customs to recognize the fact that I'm now the new owner. You understand?
Yeah.
So you have to go through ICOMS, and it is the agents who have been registered. Now we don't do paper. I've told him we are paperless, so everything is in the ICOMS.
Yeah. So with the chassis
the agents have been licensed to be able to go into the system, and then they will be they are the brokers between customs and then our customers, the traders. Yeah. So they have access to the system. So if you don't see an agent, you cannot get onto the system yourself because you have not been registered to do so. Everybody has his job to do. That is the agent's job.
Yeah.
So it means that you have to go and see the agent to be able to do it on your behalf for a fee.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
That is what most of them, they don't understand why they cannot clear it themselves, but they will have to. If not, everybody, when you bring your car, then you can come to customer and say that, oh, I brought my car, then let me do my own assessment.
Very well.
You understand? But everybody has a role to play in the society. So they should understand that the agents, they have their own role to play. You understand? So if you have anything to clear or anything to do with customs and you have to go into ICOMS, you have to go through an agent.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you are a
self-declarant.
If
Very
not,
well.
you have to use an agent. They
Very
said,
well.
me, sitting here, I use an agent. If I
Very
have
well.
a car to clear, I have to use an agent.
Very
I can't
well.
use myself.
Very well.
Yes.
Very well. So in 20 seconds, Mr. Ajayim, so tell us, what message do you have for those with uncustomed vehicles?
Yes.
Now?
So if you have an uncustomed vehicle, we are opening the window. Freedom. Just come forward. Come and declare to customs that you have this vehicle, you have not paid duty, so you want to pay. Voluntary tax compliance, that's what we are looking for with this tool, Amnesty period.
Okay.
Please come forward and we'll be friendly with you. We'll do the assessment for you, go and pay. And then you go get your vehicle registered. In that case, when you are moving around, you don't fear anybody. Okay. And then for those who buy vehicles who have been registered in Ghana, please, it's not all of them they are paid duty on. So you should be careful. Okay. Check with customs before you do payment.
Very well.
Yes.
Very well. All right. Thank you very much. So this is where we draw the curtain on this week's episode of Eye on Port. We have been discussing GRA's amnesty for users of uncustomed vehicles, and my guest in the studio has been Justice Injonan Magai Ajayim. He is the Chief Revenue Officer and Supervisor at the Vehicle Valuation Unit of the Customs Technical Services Bureau. My name is Solomon Anderson. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Thank you.